Hey there fellow travelers, Mark here with Wolters World. Today we're here in Turku, Finland, and today we're going to talk about some of the common mistakes that tourists make when they come here to Finland. And I'm going to tell you right now, one of the big mistakes you're going to make is trusting the weather when you come here. Look, you have to check the forecast before you come because you never know what you're going to get. Because if it's spring, it could snow. If it's winter, it could be sunny. You don't ever know what's going to happen, so don't trust the weather when you're here. I've had blizzards on April Fool's Day. I've had blizzards, I'm filming this at the end of April, and we had a snowstorm. Like, you're not expecting things, so don't trust the weather when you're here, okay? And so now we're here at the Kauppahalli, or the market hall here in Turku, and another mistake I think people make is they don't go to the Kauppahalli, they don't go to the markets when they are here in Finland, because they can be really fun, whether it's for the food or the souvenirs, seeing the people, just experiencing it, because this is one of those places you get that old world Europe feel versus the new sleek modern Finland feel, so it is kind of a cool thing, and you can get a lot of really good food when you are here and good experiences, so don't make the mistake of not visiting them, because I know some people are like, oh, it's just a market, I don't need to see them selling fish. No, they'll sell fish, they'll sell reindeer, they'll sell all kinds of stuff when you're here. Probably some of the better souvenirs you're going to find are right here in the Kauppahalli, so don't make that mistake of skipping out on those. And if you don't go to the Kauppahalli, don't make the mistake of missing out and sitting at a cafe, having a coffee and a korvapusti, having coffee and the cinnamon rolls. The cinnamon rolls here are fantastic, but even don't get the cinnamon rolls. Get the Karelian pie, the pie with the rice porridge inside and those things. Have that when you're here. And honestly, if you're going to get the Karelian pie, don't make the mistake of not putting the egg butter on top. Oh my God, it's so good. But honestly, it's one of those things you have to think about and not miss out on, because this gives you a chance to sit, meet the locals, hang out with them, and do what they do, because they love their coffee here. Don't doubt that. And they love their korvapusti as well. Now, you know how I talked about the reindeer? Yeah, another mistake I'm going to tell you right now is if you mention that you're eating reindeer around your children and not mentioning that the reindeer we eat here in Finland are not the same reindeer that Santa flies with, because that can cause some trouble. Let's just say from experience, take my word for it. Also, I think as a parent, one thing you need to make sure you do is don't make the mistake of thinking of parent the exact same way you do back home. Like, if you like to give a little Italian mama when your kids aren't doing well, or maybe a flick to the ear, that's not going to go over so well here in Finland, and they might have some problems with that. So I just want to give you the heads up on that one. Now, for my Southern European travelers, my friends like to have late night dinners. One thing I think is a mistake some tourists make is thinking they can eat late when they do come here to Finland. Look, restaurants, don't be surprised, they're closed by 10 and they stop serving like half an hour before that. So don't be surprised if you got to go to like one of these little grill embassies for a late night snack as your only option, or maybe a kebab stand or something, because sadly those restaurants close a little bit earlier. Not like super early, but early enough. It's something I think you should mention. And another thing I should tell you, as much as I love my reindeer and my Hesburger and my, salmon and stuff, I think a mistake is thinking that the local food will really wow you here in Finland. There's a reason why you have so many international restaurants here, and you've probably never seen a Finnish restaurant outside of Finland. So just know that if you go out to lunch or dinner with your, Finnish friends, they'll probably want to go someplace that isn't necessarily Finnish. Now, you can find good Finnish food, don't get me wrong, but yeah, it's not the culinary delight you're expecting, maybe. Another tourist mistake is really not realizing how much of an impact it can have if you do at least try to speak a little Finnish, just a few words, because here in Finland, so many people speak English. Like, it's incredible how many speak really, really good English, from young to old. It's no big deal. So it's kind of obvious for them just to start speaking to you in English or move to there. So as a tourist, you may think, oh, I'll just speak English, I'll be okay. But you'll be surprised how excited, how happy you'll make people if you just try. A moi here, which is hi, or kiitos, which is thank you, or ole hyvä, which is you're welcome. I was at the market yesterday, and I really practiced my Finnish. I said, minä haluan yksi korvapusti, which basically in really bad Finnish means I want one cinnamon roll. And the lady, I never saw a Finnish person smile like that in my life. She was so happy. And she's like, here's one, yksi korvapusti. And she's like, it was like, kaksi euro. And I was like, €2. But just something little, this basic phrases really, really go a long way, because so few people know Finnish in general that it does have a big impact on your Finnish friends. And another big impact you might not realize you have is if you come from one of those line culture places where there's no line. Yeah, no, that's not a thing here. You don't cut a line in Finland. Like, the Finns, they won't say anything. You won't even notice they're upset. But inside, their rage is brewing, because here, line culture, even if you're waiting for the bus, if you're going in line, heck, kids walking to school and coming back to school, like, lines everywhere. Like, they form up And they keep to them. And I know some places it's more of a herd mentality when it comes to a line. No, don't make that mistake here because it will not go over well. Now, another mistake tourists make is they think all of Finland is as expensive as Helsinki. Now, I'm not going to say Finland is cheap. It is not. But it can be affordable if you know where to go. That's why you should go to other places like coming here to Turku and enjoying the market hall here, going to Naantali, going up to Tampere. You can actually not spend a fortune coming here, and I think that's a mistake people make because they think Helsinki and those prices, they're everywhere. No, just like New York City prices aren't all over the US, so something to kind of think about. Another mistake, and this is one, you know, if you watched my video, you probably saw I didn't say anything really super great about the food here, but honestly, it's a mistake if you miss out on some of the really good Finnish specialties. Like one thing, the korvapusti, the cinnamon rolls here are to die for. You will love them when you're here. Come to a market hall, go to a bakery, have it with coffee in a cafe, but these things are a must-eat when you're here. Also, the salmon soup. The salmon soup is fantastic, and you'll probably get some rye bread with it because they love their rye bread, but that salmon soup with some cream, it's a meal in and of itself. It is fantastic. And then I think the third thing you should have when you're here is reindeer. So if you're looking at reindeer, you can get, you know, meatballs from reindeer, or you can get stewed reindeer. I mean, it actually is pretty good, though. I know when I told Liam we were eating reindeer, he had a tear in his eye. I'm like, no, it's not Santa's reindeer, so don't worry about that, all right? For those of you that don't know, Santa Claus is actually from Finland. You can actually go visit Santa's village up in Lapland by Rovaniemi. And I got to tell you this, don't make the mistake of thinking that going up to Rovaniemi in Lapland is really close and easy from Helsinki. I mean, you're looking at a all-day train ride up there or an overnight train, okay? So don't kind of make that mistake to think it's just right there. This is actually a very large country, not a huge population, but size-wise, it actually is very long, so do be aware of that. And the thing is, when you're going around the country, I think a mistake tourists make is they're like, oh, I'm just going to cross the street wherever. No, jaywalking, they don't like jaywalking. Like, you will cause an existential crisis with your Finnish friends if you jaywalk. And I mean, there could be nobody across the street, no cars, no nothing. They'll still wait. And another thing, I know I talk about a lot of my videos, how quiet the Finns are, how reserved they are, but I think a mistake tourists make is they don't actually talk to the Finns when they're here, because once you start talking to Finns, once you get to talk to them, they will share. They will tell you a lot. And if it's a topic they're really interested in, they'll go on for what seems like hours about things. So don't pass up actually talking with them or getting a chance to know them, whether you're at a dinner or you're at the bar or whatever, or at the hotel. A little chat here and there. I mean, yes, they're very reserved. They won't be the one that'll probably start the conversation, but they'll gladly continue it, at least for a little while. And also, I got to tell you this, if your Finnish friends decide to teach you 3 words, I'm pretty sure I know what the 3 words are going to be. It's not going to be moi, which is hi. It won't be kiitos, which is, thank you, or kyllä, which is yes, or, hyvä, which is good. No, they'll do the Holy Trinity, let's say, the VSP, and I can't say them out loud because they're naughty words, but it's like, so I'll just leave it like that, and you can sound it out below. I'm sure someone in the comments will put them down there. Now, those fun Finnish friends of yours may play a little trick on you, and I will tell you this, don't make the mistake of eating any dark candies, like black-looking candies or dark brown-looking candies, because salmiakki. It's salted black licorice flavor. They love it. And it might be in pasty forms. It might be in pills, like kind of stuff. It might be in gummies. It might be in like licorice sticks. It might be in ice cream. It might be in liquor. But let me tell you, salted black licorice is never good. And they love it here. And they love tricking you. And sometimes they'll say, oh no, we won't give you salmiakki. We'll give you Turkish pepper. It's not from Finland either. And you'll be tricked in trying it. Don't make the mistake. Just say thank you and then say, I'll have some later. Unless you like black licorice, then you should probably move to Finland because they love that stuff here. And then there's the mistake you might make when you're here. And this is the mistake. If you make this, you and me, we're going to be throwing hands. And that's if you compare Hesburger to McDonald's and just say Hesburger is McDonald's knockoff. Oh no, pal. Go have the Keros Hamperlainen when you're here. It will change you. It will change you. It's that good, okay? So don't be telling me it's just McDonald's. Wrong. Hesburger is the bomb, all right? So another mistake tourists make when they come here is they don't clear their plates. So don't forget to clear plates, and they do recycle a lot here. So make sure everything goes in the right receptacle when you put it away. So what are some other mistakes you see tourists make when they come here to Finland? Let us know in the comments below so travelers have a better time in this friendly, fun, fantastically beautiful country of Finland.